Have you ever wondered how some people can make money from investing in bonds, while others struggle to pay off their debts? If you are looking for a way to improve your financial situation, you might want to learn from the story of the Smiths, a Canadian family who used fixed income investing to turn their debt into wealth. The Smiths were a low-income family who lived in a small apartment in Toronto. They had 2 children, a 10-year-old son and an 8-year-old daughter. They worked hard to provide for their family, but they barely made enough to cover their expenses. They had no savings, no investments, and no financial plan. They were living paycheck to paycheck, and they were drowning in debt. One day, they received a letter from their bank, informing them that they had defaulted on their credit card payments, and that they had to pay the full amount of $10,000 within 30 days, or face legal action. They panicked, and they didn't know what to do. They had no money to pay the debt, and they had no assets to sell. They felt hopeless and desperate. But then, something happened that changed their lives forever. They stumbled upon an online course that taught them how to invest in fixed income securities. They decided to give it a try, hoping that it would help them get out of debt. They didn't know it at the time, but this decision would lead them to discover a new skill, a new hobby, and a new source of income that would transform their financial future. Fixed income securities are investments that pay a fixed amount of interest over a period of time. They include bonds, notes, certificates of deposit, and other debt instruments. Fixed income investing is a strategy that involves buying and selling these securities to generate income and capital gains. The Smiths enrolled in the online course, which was called Fixed Income Investing for Beginners. The course was designed by an expert investor who had over 20 years of experience in the field. The course consisted of 10 modules, each covering a different aspect of fixed income investing, such as the basics of fixed income securities, what they are, how they work, and why they are important, the different types of fixed income securities, government bonds, corporate bonds, municipal bonds, etc. The risks and rewards of fixed income investing, interest rate risk, credit risk, inflation risk, etc. The tools and techniques of fixed income analysis, how to evaluate the quality, price, and yield of fixed income securities, the strategies and tactics of fixed income trading, how to buy and sell fixed income securities in the market, the best practices and tips of fixed income investing, how to diversify your portfolio, manage your risk, optimize your returns, etc. The Smiths dedicated themselves to learning from the course. They watched the videos, read the articles, completed the quizzes, and participated in the discussions. They learned something new every day, and they enjoyed the process. They found fixed income investing fascinating and fun. It became their new hobby. But more than that, it became their new skill. They applied what they learned from the course to their own situation. They realized that they could use fixed income investing to pay off their debt and build their wealth. They started by using their credit card debt as leverage. They negotiated with their bank to lower their interest rate from 18% to 12%. Then they used their credit card limit to buy high-yield corporate bonds that paid 15% interest annually. They used the interest income from the bonds to pay the interest on their credit card debt. This way, they were able to reduce their debt burden without paying any extra money. They also used their tax refund as capital. They received $2,000 from the government as a tax refund. Instead of spending it on something else, they used it to buy more bonds. They bought government bonds that paid 5% interest annually. They used the interest income from the bonds to pay off their principal on their credit card debt. This way, they were able to accelerate their debt repayment without sacrificing their lifestyle. They also used their spare time as an opportunity. They spent an hour every day researching and analyzing different fixed income securities in the market. They looked for undervalued or mispriced bonds that offered high returns with low risks. They bought and sold these bonds at opportune times, taking advantage of market fluctuations and inefficiencies. They made profits from capital gains as well as interest income. This way, they were able to increase their income without working more hours. They also used their knowledge as an edge. They learned how to exploit the loopholes in the system that most people didn't know about or didn't use. For example, they learned how to use bond ladders to create a steady stream of income that matched their expenses and goals. A bond ladder is a strategy that involves buying bonds with different maturity dates and interest rates, and reinvesting the proceeds when they mature. This way, they were able to lock in high interest rates, hedge against inflation, and reduce interest rate risk. They learned how to use bond swaps to improve their portfolio performance and reduce their taxes. A bond swap is a strategy that involves selling one bond and buying another bond with similar characteristics, but with a higher yield or a lower price. This way, they were able to increase their returns, lower their costs, and realize capital losses that offset their capital gains for tax purposes. They learned how to use bond options to enhance their returns and manage their risk. A bond option is a contract that gives the buyer the right, but not the obligation, to buy or sell a bond at a specified price and time. This way, they were able to profit from price movements, hedge against adverse scenarios, and create customized payoff profiles. By using fixed income investing as their skill, hobby, and income source, the Smiths were able to achieve amazing results. Within a year, they were able to pay off their entire credit card debt of $10,000. Within 2 years, they were able to save up $20,000 for a down payment on a house. Within 3 years, they were able to buy their own house in a nice neighborhood. Within 4 years, they were able to quit their jobs and retire early. Within 5 years, they were able to travel the world and live their dream life. The Smiths were no longer a low-income family who lived in a small apartment in Toronto. They were now a wealthy family who lived in a spacious house in Vancouver. They had no debt, no worries, and no regrets. They had financial freedom, happiness, and fulfillment. They had turned their debt into wealth with fixed income investing. What do you think of the Smiths story? Do you find it inspiring and motivating? Do you want to learn more about fixed income investing and how it can help you improve your financial situation? If you do, then please leave a comment below, like and share this video with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more stories like this. And if you have your own story of how you used fixed income investing to change your life for the better, we would love to hear from you. You can contact us through our email or social media accounts. We will protect your identity by using aliases if you prefer. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again soon. Remember, fixed income investing is not just a skill or a hobby. It's a way of life,